Hi, I'm Corey, and I'm still here. Um, Not a medical professional struggling through these things, and this is my individual story, which is not posting these videos only, but also talking to people. So don't do this alone. Reach out to someone you trust if you're feeling similar to the ways I am. I had my kids here this weekend, and they left about an hour or 35 minutes ago. It's funny how right after they leave, my despair almost comes back, and it just makes me think and realize, like, I don't. Oh, how did I put it? It's hard, or maybe I said in the last one. It's hard to, or it's easy to hold on when you're directly holding on with those in your presence. I mean, my kids were right here, and they were primary reason I'm holding on. But now that they're gone, and they're gone for a couple weeks, it really it slowed me down really fast. And when I say really slowed me down, I mean as soon as they left, I left, and I went to the closest little grocery store, and I got a couple of bags of chips, but my movements were extremely slow. When I looked, or when I've done ADHD, or maybe it's anxiety, I've done both questionnaires. There's always a question of, like, have you been in a place where you're moving so slow that it's, I can't remember how they say it, it's robotic or something to that effect, but I never really thought about that. But that movement of just walking to that grocery store and back, I think it took me probably about 15 minutes when it should have taken me 5, if that. It's hard to find the motivation, quite honestly, in this particular moment. And I had, it wasn't a bad day by any means. We spent time with the kids. My daughter wasn't feeling the best, so we stayed home from church, and I watched a service here on the computer, and it lifted my spirits a bit. And we ended up making some pizzas this afternoon from scratch, it's been a while. It's been a few days since I've done some cooking and making things, so that was really nice to do, and they really have fun. But as soon as they left, it was just that like I said before, if you watch my other one, it's just that loneliness kind of creeps in so fast, and it's so fast that this desire to just do things is gone. And I'm sitting here, and I'm back, and I'm sitting on my computer, and I'm on YouTube again, and I'm just seeing, and I realize it's really hard. Like, I'm definitely in a very depressive state. And when I start thinking about suicide, it's far easier to find myself going down that rabbit hole of making it easier to think about and justifying it. And it's hard because I don't want to find myself down that rabbit hole, but I do, because I think that's what I deserve, which is my own issue of self-worth and everything else. But I just, like, I don't have a script, or I wrote down this because I don't want to take care of myself. I got muffled or mumbled over my words in the last video, and I couldn't remember what I was trying to say, but basically what it was I don't want to take care of myself, because why do I deserve to move on? I don't want to move on. And if I start taking my care of myself, and that means that I'm accepting what is happening, and I don't want to accept this. I don't want to accept that this is now my life. I don't want to accept that this is my fight or lack of fight. It's hard to explain, but it's very real feeling that I don't have that desire of playing games. I don't have the desire of doing anything right now, and I'm just waiting for sleep, for an escape. You know, I think this is one of those times where if there was a way to cryogenic refreeze, whatever, set a timer and sleep for an amount of time. I just set a timer until things get better, but I don't know if they're going to get better. It's and I mean, even if they did, I mean, I have ups and downs. I tend to feel things very deeply, obviously. So it's I don't know. I don't want to. It's really weird because I don't want to get better, but I do want to get better. Like, I want to get out of this pit. I want to stop feeling like this, but at the same time, I don't. I don't want to get out of this pit, because if I get out of this pit, it means that, like I said, I have to accept that this is just a new normal. It's what I have to deal with, and I don't want to do that. And it's stupid to think of it like that, and it's stupid to say, well, I want to keep going, or I want to not keep going, or I want to keep feeling down and depressed. And it's really hard to explain. It's a cycle, because I don't want to feel depressed, but I do want to feel depressed, because that's where that's what is going on right now. And I know how it might be easy. Actually, it wouldn't be easy. It'd be extremely difficult to find something to take my mind off it for a good chunk of time. But at the same time, is that repression, or is that just distraction? Like, I struggle with that. Like, just that whole thought of, you know, well, if this is what I'm going through, if this is how I'm feeling, shouldn't I face it? Shouldn't I look at it head on? But if I'm looking at it head on, it's just making me worse and worse and worse. But if I don't face it, well, then I'm pushing it back, and I'm repressing it. I'm pushing it down. I'm not actually dealing with it. I'm not doing it healthily. And granted, it's been, I say, and I mean, I am talking to people, but it's also been a little bit of time, probably about almost a week now, which doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it is a lot of time since I've talked to my therapist in a very personable or deep way. So it's hard, especially when days are slow. Right now, days are really, really slow. I'll think that, you know, I'll do something small or medium or whatever, and I'll think, oh, you know, maybe 45 minutes has gone by, maybe an hour's gone by, and I'll look and it's been like 6 minutes. And it's really deflating, because again, I'm kind of waiting for sleep. Like, I don't have the motivation to keep going with my own thoughts right now. And so that's where I'm at right now. I realize as I'm doing this, and as I've been doing this, I can't just keep talking about depressing things and that forever. So I'm going to try and start talking about more of things that I'm attempting to do to get out of this pit, perhaps, rather than just focus on, you know, and I know that was the purpose of it, was to focus on, but I also, again, don't want to bring people farther down than they need to be, or anything like that, and I don't want to, you know, create a pity party for myself. So these are my absolute feelings. I'm going to start to try and explain what I'm doing to get out of it, whether it be shower or go for a walk or a run or whatever it needs to be. And so that's my next plan. But, yeah, that's it for now.